So you may be wondering what this game is I've got playing here. Well, it's Call of Juarez Bound in Blood. It's a game from 2009, a really good single player, and I've played it. I've probably played it 2 or 3 times over because of the way the single player is laid out with the 2 brothers and different story perspectives. But that's not the reason why I've got it on today. I wanted to talk about its multiplayer specifically, and it's mainly because it's a Ubisoft game. It was, as you know, maybe know, from 2009. Now this game does not have any party function whatsoever. It's like, there's no way to invite your friends to it. You get in there, hope for the best. If your friends join you, get in. Yeah, maybe so. Now the game itself, multiplayer, this is probably the best actual gameplay I've ever had of it. There's no rubber banding as such. The hit detection isn't too bad. But this is 3 or 4 years after the fact now, so it's not it's not a good example of that part of it. But given there is only 4 people on here, and they've probably picked it up, and I'm ended up locally somehow. But it's mainly why I just don't understand is why these games are being made, and there's no when the developers sit down, do they think, let's make this great game, but let's make it impossible for anyone to get together and actually play it together. Now, with a big population country like America with really fast internet, that may be fine, and it may work really good. But there's still, you want that ability to, invite your friends into a lobby, organise it, and get into whatever rotation or map you want to play. So it's not possible, these types of games. And we're 4 years down the track. We got Far Cry 3, and Ubisoft still hasn't learnt their fucking lesson with this stuff. They bring out a great game, that they put in a map editor into the game, all this great stuff, and then they just fuck it with not being able to get people together that you want to play with. Now, in Australia, it's a big problem because, if we can't play locally, we've got this big distance to travel over water and everything to get a bloody connection, and it's always lagging out or something when that happens. So, if you're going to do it, at least put a bloody search function on these games. I just don't get what's going through these people's heads when they make these games. It should be the first thing any multiplayer has. Let's get the connectivity up first in this game when we patch it together. But it just doesn't seem to happen. It's almost like an afterthought. They just think, okay, we've made the game. Oh shit, we forgot to put in some way to actually make this work. Oh, let's just slap this thing on the front of it, and it should be right. But it's not. It's not alright. It's just shit. And next gen's just around the corner. We don't need this sort of stuff coming up. We need all this stuff sorted. It should have been sorted. It should be like a cookie cutter that goes onto the beginning of every game. Halo 4. It doesn't have a local search function, but I'm sure there's some in the matchmaking. I'm sure there's some sort of a ping, a search, or something like that. But you can at least get your friends together. You can invite them into a lobby and then go into a game, and it seems to work really well. Ubisoft are just known for this shit. And Battlefield, you got the server browser on the console, which works when the servers are working, but it's still, now that they've finally got the squad invites and the party invites together, it's easy. But Ubisoft, fuck, just get it together, man. Anyway, all I wanted to do is express my opinion on this, and it will affect the way I purchase my games in the future. I'm just done with it. If it doesn't have this sort of basic stuff, I'm not interested in it unless I'm just playing it for the single player, which is rare these days. But there are still some great single players out there. BioShock Infinite is coming out soon, and that's just purely for single player for me. So it's not going to be a problem for anything else. But coming to the next gen, we're going to have larger online play on consoles. If I even stick with it.
1 minute left.
Yeah, I just want to know what your thoughts on this are. Are you getting jack of this, and are you going to continue to throw money at them for these half-assed broken games or not? Anyway, catch you later. Let me know. See ya.
Blow up the inner gate.